Hey, you're not ready, Dawson, are you?
Man, some water.
You big bum.
Or ice pack, because you got an ill head right now.
Yeah, I'll have ill fists in a minute if you
and
keep
after the
on.
fight, you're going to have a knot on his head.
I'm going to go with my boy, Del Boy, Waterzora, for a stoppage. Get up there, Derek! Come on! It's coming on.
No one to get this misconstrued. I don't want anyone to get this mistaken here as our friendship. You understand? But I want you to know when that night of the fight comes, that will switch off. You will see two enemies in the ring that's going to try to whoop each other. I told Derek, I want you to try to kill me because I need that. I need that.
With Tyson, but you know what? I always wanted to fight him. And people always ask me, why? Why do you want to do that for? I just want to fight him. But coming back on the selling point, the way we're doing it right now is going great because I think we're doing good numbers. And one of my favorite things for this whole weekend, I introduced him to fish and chips at Barrow Market.
Derek gonna hurt. That rat moment instantly explodes as Tyson Fury crashes the press conference and steals the spotlight from Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora. Fury openly mocks Wilder and turns the whole room against him with pure confidence. This is not hype talk anymore. This feels like a public disrespect aimed straight at Wilder.
Because rather than retaliating and hate on somebody, this man really does have mental health issues, it's evident to see. And rather than just go back and forward with him and yada yada yada, saying he's deluded and all that, I'm just going to pray for him and I'm going to ask God to help him.
Ade Oladipo describes Derek Chisora grinding through brutal sauna sessions alongside Tyson Fury, while Deontay Wilder had already flown back to America. That dedication and togetherness strongly backs the belief that Derek Chisora is preparing to outwork and outfight Wilder on the big night.
I think Wilder was tired and I think he's actually flown back to America. So it was me, Chisora and Lethal B in the hottest sauna I've ever experienced. And I like to do the sauna now and again because I think it's really good for the body. So I was like, yeah, this is easy. It wasn't easy. So what I tried to do, remember this story about Tyson Fury?
Tyson Fury questions the logic behind Deontay Wilder's long-running cheating accusations. He points out that Wilder rebuilt his entire team and training approach after the loss, which completely weakens the excuse narrative. Fury sounds confident and calm, while Wilder's claims continue to look like frustration rather than facts.
Here's something that I think I need to say. It's like, Wilder said that I only won the second fight because I cheated, but then he goes and changes his whole team and does all this extra training and trains as hard as he's ever trained and bring on all his team and all that. So I asked the question is, if I only won because I cheated, what was the point in changing everything and doing all this other work? Can anybody answer that question? I know he can't, doesn't have the brains to.
Deontay Wilder is trying to hype his own relentlessness, claiming he will do whatever it takes to win. But the bravado feels forced when compared to Derek Chisora's steady preparation and Tyson Fury's calm confidence. Wilder's desperation comes across as talk, while Chisora looks ready to prove it in the ring.
They're so bundled up, you can't even tell who's who, what's going on here. Outside of obviously the height advantage for Deontay Wilder. One thing I will say is I've met Derek Chisora before, but I met Deontay Wilder at the Ring Awards. By the way, the Ring Awards.
Deontay Wilder talks a big game about going all out and hitting wherever he can. But it's mostly empty bravado compared to Derek Chisora's disciplined approach. Chisora is methodical and mentally prepared, while Wilder sounds reactive and desperate. Fury's backing of Chisora adds weight, making it clear that Wilder will face a fighter who is calm, focused, and ready to exploit every weakness in the ring.
Everything in the kitchen sink, you can add the toaster, the blender, and everything else he's gonna bring. He hit you in places that you don't want to be hit, and he don't care. He wants to win. He's gonna do whatever it takes to win. And that's what
Tyson Fury dismisses Wilder's constant cheating claims, showing why he is a mental powerhouse. He stays unshaken, refusing to let Wilder's noise affect the bigger picture. Derek Chisora benefits from this calm energy, entering the fight with a clear mindset. Fury's poise highlights Wilder's lack of control and exposes him as someone leaning on excuses rather than strategy. Chisora looks mentally stronger, giving him the edge when it matters most.
You don't hear me crying and moaning about, oh my God, he cheated. You don't hear any of that shit, because that's not me. It is what it is, no point crying over spilled milk.
Derek Chisora shows full confidence as he acknowledges being the favorite. Backed by Tyson Fury, Chisora's mindset is unshakable. He's not just favored by odds, but by the fans and his team's faith. This kind of mental edge over Wilder can prove decisive. Wilder may have power, but Chisora's preparation, experience, and Fury's support make him the true threat in the ring.
Yeah, I went down and you see Tyson Fury was giving him a BJ.
Tyson's picked you to win this. A lot of people have picked you. Have you been shocked by... You are the favourite going into this, looking at the bookies, you are the favourite. Does that shock you?
I don't know. Thank God the bookies love me now. That's it.
Ade Oladipo reflects on Wilder's career struggles, suggesting that while losses are part of boxing, Wilder hasn't fully recovered mentally from his defeats against Tyson Fury. This exposes a psychological vulnerability that Derek Chisora can exploit. Chisora's confidence and mental toughness, reinforced by Fury's guidance, position him as the fighter more likely to control the pace and pressure in the ring. Wilder may have experience and power, but his history of letting Fury dominate shows that he struggles under relentless, composed opponents like Chisora, making the Brit the favorite in this clash.
Wilder's been through a lot, Wilder's been through a lot. It's not just the defeats in the ring. I think he can maybe accept those defeats because it ultimately comes with being a boxer. Not everyone's going to be an Andre Ward or Shakur Stevenson or Floyd Mayweather or Terence Crawford or Joe Calzaghe, right? Fighters that have never suffered defeats. I think most will. That's just how it is. So I think he's accepted the losses, apart from the ones to Tyson Fury.
Liam Goff highlights how Wilder continues to cling to unfounded cheating claims against Tyson Fury, showing his obsession and inability to move forward. This fixation undermines his mental strength and leaves him open to pressure in the ring. Derek Chisora, by contrast, operates with clarity and focus, unaffected by distractions. Fury's public support of Chisora further demonstrates that the Brit has both strategy and psychological advantage. Wilder's constant dwelling on the past suggests he will enter the fight with baggage, whereas Chisora is free to dominate with confidence and precision.
Running with the idea that Tyson Fury cheated, and he's actually claiming now that that's the reason why Tyson Fury isn't allowed back in the States, in spite of the fact that the trilogy fight, so bear in mind all these allegations of Tyson Fury cheating, which is all they are, allegations, he says he has proof. Well, he's been saying that for 6 years now, and he hasn't shown any evidence of it. He's saying that why isn't Tyson Fury suing him for defamation?
Wade Plemines breaks down the physical aspects, noting Wilder's reach but also highlighting Chisora's experience and timing. While Wilder may appear intimidating on paper, Chisora's awareness and skill set make him a dangerous opponent who can neutralize Wilder's strengths. This fight, billed as Chisora's potential retirement bout, carries immense significance. Fury's backing and Chisora's tactical preparation elevate the stakes, suggesting that Wilder's reach advantage alone won't be enough. Chisora's combination of resilience, intelligence, and Fury-inspired confidence makes him the fighter most likely to control the action and deliver a shock victory.
Deontay Wilder, and when you think of someone's height, like they say he's 6'7", don't do the meme, it's dead, bury it. He didn't look as tall as I thought he would be in person, but what I did notice is he had a crazy reach, like an insane arm length. I know that sounds weird, but I'm always like trying to size people up. Anyway, this is an awesome fight for the first debut card of Misfits Pro. I love the fight. Queensberry is involved. Like I said, Derek Ward Chisora, this will be his retirement fight. And
Wilder tries to project respect and sportsmanship, but it reads as over-explaining and masking uncertainty. His focus on appearances contrasts sharply with Chisora's straightforward, aggressive mindset. Chisora thrives in action and pressure, while Wilder seems distracted by narrative and perception. Fury's support further boosts Chisora's confidence, making him appear mentally sharper and more ready for the fight, while Wilder risks being outpaced and outthought when the bell rings.
I'm a people's person. I don't meet strangers, you know what I mean? So being able to be in front of my opponent is a beautiful thing for me. It shows you the gentlemanship that we have with each other, the respect that we have for each other. But on the night of the fight, you'll see two different people, like we didn't know each other. And for me, that is even more powerful than two guys just looking mad at each other, trying to find something to sell a fight. We don't have to sell the fight that way. We can sit right here as gentlemen and tell each other how we feel about each other, but on the night of the fight, this is how it's gonna be, And I think that's even more better and exciting than all the other stuff, the chaos. I know people want to see all the talking and all that stuff, but it's a time and a place.
Eddie Hearn labels Chisora as the underdog, yet his caution underscores just how underestimated Derek is. Wilder's power is undeniable, but Chisora's resilience, determination, and Fury's backing make him more than capable of surviving the early storm. History shows that underrated fighters often shock the world, and Chisora's experience and mental toughness could see him endure Wilder's best shots and seize victory later in the fight. This framing makes the Brit the exciting and dangerous choice, ready to turn the odds in his favor.
Do you believe that Derek Chisora can beat Deontay Wilder?
I think he's a big underdog in the fight, and I think he may also get knocked out in the fight. If he gets past 5 or 6 rounds with Deontay Wilder, he's banging that fight. He might not get through 5 or 6 rounds with Deontay Wilder, but he's fighting.
Adam Smith admits it could be a 50-50 contest, but his analysis highlights that Wilder's prime is likely behind him. He acknowledges Wilder's devastating punching power, but also notes that for years he hasn't looked sharp or consistent, especially since the trilogy with Tyson Fury. Derek Chisora, on the other hand, continues to grind, staying active, accumulating experience, and maintaining his conditioning. Chisora's mental toughness and consistent preparation give him a strategic edge over a Wilder who relies heavily on raw power. When the fight arrives, Chisora's experience, resilience, and Fury-backed confidence make him a dangerous opponent for Wilder, capable of surviving the early onslaught and taking control as the fight progresses. This is a battle where preparation and composure could outweigh pure strength.
It's a fantastic, almost, you could say a 50-50. We don't know what Wilder's got left. Obviously, he possesses the biggest, probably single punch power since an Ernie Shavers, but he didn't look great. Well, hasn't looked great, has he, for the last couple of years, probably since the Fury trilogy. And Derek continues to keep grinding results out, and once that 50th fight, it will be a fantastic build-up. We know it looks like it will be announced. I'm hearing April. I just think it's a great battle.
Francis Warren warns about Wilder's sheer knockout power, calling it possibly the hardest in heavyweight history. But while he raises valid concerns, it also emphasizes Derek Chisora's courage and willingness to face danger head-on. Chisora has never shied away from challenges, and with Tyson Fury's guidance, he enters this fight mentally prepared and resilient. Wilder's power alone won't decide the outcome. Experience, ring IQ, and composure matter as much, and Chisora has all three. The warning from Warren underlines just how monumental a victory for Chisora would be if he can withstand Wilder's shots and impose his own game plan, proving that strategy, stamina, and heart can outmatch raw strength.
Fight Wilder. That's the one fight that, out of all of them, I just think it'd be a disaster for him. Doesn't need that, he's just, if he was going to fight on, but don't do that. That's it's the hardest punch in heavyweight, probably in heavyweight history. I think if you look at the stats, and I just think if Derek, and I think he's probably a little bit older than me, Derek, so I just think, whatever condition you're in, is, you're going up against a guy who punches harder than anyone else.
Tyson Fury's backing of Derek Chisora is as loud and decisive as it gets. Fury's admiration for Chisora's heart, resilience, and experience reinforces that the Brit is mentally and physically ready to challenge Wilder. By labeling Chisora a warlord and comparing him favorably to champions across eras, Fury signals that he believes in Chisora's ability to not just survive Wilder's punches, but dominate with strategy, timing, and grit. Wilder may bring power and fame, but Fury's confidence in Chisora sends a clear message. The British fighter has the heart, experience, and preparation to shock the world, and he will not be intimidated by Wilder's reputation or size.
So I've just seen that Chisora and Deontay Wilder are going to do a fight. I think this is a great fight. I've fought both of these men 3 times each, actually. Just thought of that. And I think it's a very, very good fight. But on this one, I'm going to go with my boy, Del Boy, War Chisora, for a stoppage. Get up there, Derek! Come on! It's coming home. And there should be a belt on the line too. So one of you sanctioning bodies, you got 2 legendary fighters here. A champion, world champion with 10 title defences from the USA, and an absolute warlord from the United Kingdom who's fought everybody, never ducked anybody, and would have been a good heavyweight in any era, Derek Chisora.
Adam Smith calls it a cracking matchup, but the analysis shows Derek Chisora's advantages over Wilder despite similar power levels. Chisora's experience, ring IQ, and mental toughness make him the more complete fighter in this veteran clash. Wilder may rely on raw power, but Chisora has honed timing, resilience, and fight IQ over a long career. Combined with Fury's support and strategic mindset, Chisora enters the fight with a clear plan to weather Wilder's early storm, control the tempo, and exploit weaknesses. This veteran battle is perfectly poised for a Chisora upset if he executes with patience and composure.
A cracking matchup because they're both at the veteran stage of their careers, and they've both got power, and it's going to be exciting, and it's probably the perfect match.
This fight is about far more than just power or punches. It is a battle of minds, heart, and preparation. Derek Chisora enters the ring carrying the confidence of experience, the backing of Tyson Fury, and a career built on resilience and fearlessness. Deontay Wilder may have one of the hardest punches in heavyweight history, but raw power alone cannot overcome composure, strategy, and mental toughness. Chisora has proven time and again that he can endure punishment, adapt to challenges, and impose his own pace. Fury's public support only reinforces that Chisora is the fighter Wilder must respect. The British veteran has the ability to absorb Wilder's early aggression, control the center of the ring, and turn pressure into opportunity. If Wilder wins, he may salvage pride and prove he still has the raw knockout ability. But if Derek Chisora shocks the world, it will be a statement of experience, heart, and preparation triumphing over brute force. The mental edge clearly leans toward Chisora, who wants it more and has stayed consistent every step of the way. Fans need to witness this moment of potential history and be part of the discussion, so make sure to comment below and tell us who you think will dominate when the bell rings.